Welcome to Solo Travel Adventures, my sisters. Don't let fear hold you back from traveling alone. I want you to gather your courage, listen to inspiring stories, and learn how to travel solo while safely navigating new places from this show. I'm Cheryl Esch, solo travel advocate and travel coach, and I want you to have a transformative experience when you travel solo. So pack your bags, book your flight, and check one more time for that passport. It's time to explore the world. Hey, sister travelers, welcome back to Solo Travel Adventures. I wanted to share with you, I was recently packing for a trip, and I have 12 unconventional must-have travel items that I keep on a packing list. No matter where I go, whether it's a road trip or I'm flying, I keep these 12 items. They definitely need to come with me. This is not including, there's a separate list I will create about electronics. So no electronic items are included in this, nor clothing kind of must-haves when you travel. So that will be a separate episode. This is just kind of those random unconventional items that you might not have thought of. Some of them might be on your list, but some of them might not. So my first one, something most people don't consider, but I have to bring it. I have to bring my own pillowcase. And there's a couple reasons for this. I am very particular about what touches my face. I have a lot of allergies, and even though if I stay in a hotel, I know that the sheets are clean, they have probably bleached them to death, and that bothers my skin, or they might use a detergent that I'm allergic to. So just to be safe, so my face doesn't break out, I bring my own pillowcase. Plus, I'm very particular about the type of fabric against my face. I prefer, if it's wintertime, flannel sheets, flannel pillowcase. Other than that, I use a jersey t-shirt kind of sheet. And there's some women that swear by silk pillowcases, and those are so easy to pack because they're just so small and lightweight. So maybe add that to your list. Give you some sort of comfort from home, right? Number 2, washcloths. Now, this is something I bring, especially in this trip. I'm going to be staying a few days in a hostel, but it's a good idea because you never know. Again, I don't like things on my face that I don't know what detergent has been used because of my sensitivity. But if you're someplace where maybe they aren't provided, then you have them. Or just even maybe you need it to wipe some sweat off, right? I go to either get a cheap pack of 10-pack, dollar store, and I buy just ones that I could possibly toss out even while I'm there when I'm done with them. Or you can opt to bring them home, right? So washcloths, right? Just maybe a few or how many days you might be gone. Number 3, charcoal tablets. Now these are a great sort of supplement type of thing to carry with you because they help with gas. They help with if you've been maybe for me, allergies, like if there's something I've had that I shouldn't have, then I use charcoal caps because they kind of help to absorb that stuff in your intestines and get it all out. It kind of adheres to anything you want out. So if you've got diarrhea, right, that's going to help, right? And I know people use other stuff, but charcoal caps or tablets to me have multiple uses. So I always take them with me. And along those same lines, number 4 are I do take certain vitamins with me, not a whole lot, not my normal amount because I'm on vacation and I'm not always going to remember to take them. But some of them I am diligent about taking. And along those lines, I also take a little handful of essential oils. So things like lavender and thieves or eucalyptus or peppermint, those have multiple uses. So I do bring little tiny little jars of those with me. So those are kind of also important. And lavender also works not just to help you sleep, folks, but it works for bug bites. So that's a great little extra tool to have, or cuts, right? Number 5, I always travel with a tennis ball. This is kind of a little massage tool that I use because when I'm traveling, certain parts of my body or my muscles get tight. Your shoulders, your back, your hips, and you can use a ball to either sit on it, lean on it, lay on it, and it'll help relieve that pressure. I especially take it in the car because it's great if you're having to sit and you're driving long distance to use that ball, whether it's in the back or, like I said, maybe your hips. All right. Number 6, compression socks. This is a must-have if you are doing a long distance flight. Reason being, blood tends to pull to your ankles. And if you've noticed and you haven't used compression socks when you get to your destination, how swollen your ankles may be, this is why. So compression socks kind of help push that circulation up towards your heart where it needs to go. So compression socks. Number 7, Ziploc bags. These are great to have. I usually carry one of each size, like a gallon, a quart, and a sandwich bag, and maybe even a little snack bag, right? These are just great to have. The gallon can be used. Maybe you're going to the beach and you need to come home with a wet bathing suit. You're going to put that in there. It might be used to hold some of your liquid personal items. Just never know. They could just have multiple uses for Ziploc bags. Number 8, I always take a filtered water bottle. I drink tons of water, right? And I just get tired of having to purchase and buy bottled water. Plus, trying to save the environment with too many one-use plastic containers, right? So a water bottle with a filter in it is how I go. I bought Life Straw recently, and that's what I'm using. There are some others out there, but you want to invest in one of those. Make sure there's no water in it when you go through security, but then on the other side, you can fill it up with some tap water. I will not drink tap water unless it's been filtered. So yes, I'm a little bit of a snob that way, but it's very important for me, and maybe it is for you. Number 9, maybe you haven't thought about this one, duct tape. This came about as I was doing some backpacking, but I have found instead of just a roll of duct tape, which you could take, but there's also small rolls. They now sell them in like little 4x5, I think it is size, little patches. And these are just great to have. You never know when you need to tape something. Maybe your suitcase breaks or your straps break, right? Duct tape is going to be your best and quickest fix for that. Okay. Bring some of that. Number 10, a small pack of Kleenex or toilet paper. If I'm driving, I'm doing a road trip, I'm going to bring toilet paper, right? A little easier to carry a roll of toilet paper. But if I'm flying, I'm going to take one of those little tiny Kleenex packets or 2, depending on how long my trip is. Because we know, ladies, we go to the bathroom, public bathrooms. We never know if there's going to be toilet paper or if you have to pay for it, right? There are certain countries where they will have somebody at the door, at the counter, that will give you toilet paper when you go into the stall, but you have to pay for it. So, if that's the case in the country you're going, keep some coin or bring your own and bypass that, right? Number 11, maybe a lot of you already do this, but an eye mask. I do like this to block out all light. This is even great when you're flying, just having that eye mask that you can wear. It's good for sleeping. Maybe you're staying in a place where there's a lot of ambient light or some street lights. And we know that when we have complete darkness, we do sleep better. All right. And then along those lines, the final one, number 12, earplugs, noise canceling earplugs. It took me a while to find a pair that really work for my ears. And I do have a pair that I now use. I don't always use them when I travel though, because depending on where I'm staying or the situation, I am a light sleeper, but I also want to be aware of my surroundings just in case, right? I don't want to be dead to the world that I don't hear if maybe someone comes into my room or whatever. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but for example, it might be good if you feel safe in your environment and you really want to get a good deep sleep, and maybe there's just traffic outside, right? So you put the earplugs in to block out the traffic. It also might be something you prefer on the airplane, right? Because maybe a baby's crying on your flight. So that's kind of also a safe place where you can feel free to put those in and use those. So those are my 12, folks. Were any of those what you have on your list? If not, you might need to add them. Have you thought of some of these? So go ahead and create your own little packing must-have list And if you want to steal mine, feel free. And I will list all 12 of these in the program notes. So see if that's something you go along with and that you would like to add to your list for your next trip. Remember, sisters, be bold, be fearless, get out there, and let's go on an adventure. Hey, sister travelers, did this podcast inspire and encourage you or move you to get out there and travel? Wonderful. There are 3 ways you can thank me. First one is leave a written review for the show on Apple Podcast. 2, share the show with your sister travelers, your friends, your family. And 3, subscribe to the show so you never miss an episode. And thank you again for listening to the show. Sisters, be fearless, take the leap, and get out there and have an adventure.